Hello, thank you so much for clicking on my video. Welcome to my channel, Lovely Moments Creating. If this is your first time here, consider joining the family by hitting that subscribe button and remembering the notification bell so that you'll be reminded when I upload a video. My name is Jenny, and on this channel I create budget-friendly home decor that's easy to do. So if you want to see some of my creations, keep watching. Thanks again so much for tuning in and watching today's video. I am going to jump into the first DIY. I have some of these 2x4s. Now I have a lot of these in the garage that my husband had left over, but you can pick these up from your local hardware store for less than $2. Sometimes you can get them free as scrap wood. I know I have in the past. Now for my first two DIYs, I'm going to be using this 2x4 but cut in two pieces. I'm going to have one piece cut longer than the other, and I'm just going to be using my miter box and saw to do that. So now that I have two pieces, I am going to start with the longer piece first because I am creating a little basic sign. Now I will be using some of these 2x4s in this video later on today because I am creating DIYs to just style on my flower stand with my actual live flowers. I wanted something really rustic and farmhouse. So all I just did was take some sandpaper from the Dollar Tree to sand it down. And now I'm taking some white chalk paint and I'm just painting over one side of this piece. After I get that complete, I am going to be pairing this with some of these poster letters from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to pull off all of the letters first that I'm going to use. I'm going to spell out the word plants. Now these are really simple DIYs that you can also style on your patio, long as you cover them with some protector for the weather. But I think these are great just to be styled around your plants. I absolutely love plants, and I wanted to style something else on my plant stands besides plants just to change things up a little bit. So once I get all of my letters placed where I want them, I'm going to go in with this cafe color chalk paint and paint over everything. I apologize if you hear any noise in the background. Everyone is so busy right now. Husband's watching TV on the telephone. The boys are playing the game or doing all kinds of things. The house is just very busy and noisy right now. So after I get this completely painted, now I'm just going to use my little tool from the Dollar Tree to pull up those poster letters. And so that's why I gave it one coat of the white paint first, but whatever color you want to have your letters, that's what color you just do your first coat of paint first. And so now what I'm doing is just finishing up, pulling up all of these poster letters, and then what I'm going to do is take another piece of that sandpaper and I'm just going to distress over this entire sign, even over the letters. I don't want them so white. I kind of want to distress that a little bit, so I'm going to go over this entire sign. Once I get that complete, I'm going to add some jute cord on each side of this. This is really simple, but I absolutely love it. I love this rustic farmhouse look. As you can see, I didn't wrap the jute cord all the way around because I didn't want it to affect it standing up, so I just stopped it at the bottom and I added it to my stand, and I love it. Simple, and it just says plants, but I love it. And now for my next DIY, I'm going to use the other half of that 2x4. And I found these cute little toads at the Dollar Tree. I think these are so adorable. And from Hobby Lobby, I picked up these cute succulents. Now these succulents were originally 99¢, but I got my greenery for 50% off, so these were 49¢. I think they are so nice looking compared to the ones at the Dollar Tree that cost $1.25 for one. So now what I'm going to do is first take this antique wax, and I am going to paint over this entire piece. I'm just going to be brushing on the paint and then wiping off any excess using a paper towel to get that stain look. And now I'm just taking another piece of that sandpaper from the Dollar Tree and sanding over this. Now after I get that complete, all I'm going to be doing is adding the succulents and the toes. Now I pulled the stem out of the succulents, and so I just have to add some extra glue to keep all of the pieces together because I believe the stem was holding them together. Now I'm just figuring out where I'm going to place them because I want that one toe that's laying down to look like he is laying on the succulent as a pillow. So I'm just going to add some hot glue and place down the first one, and then I am going to add the second one, making sure his head is like he's laying on the succulent, and then I will add the other one. And once I get that complete, that's actually it for this DIY. I just thought this was something cute to style on a plant stand. I didn't want anything that wasn't rustic. I wanted to still have that plant feel, even though these are not real succulents. I do have real succulents on my stand, and so I kind of wanted to keep that whole greenery, that whole plant feel to it. I didn't want any like other kind of decor. I thought this fit perfect with the theme and the fact that my plant stands are wood. So now I'm going to get started on the next one. Now I'm going to be using 2 packs of these painter sticks from Walmart. I pay $1.14 a pack. What I'm going to do is use my minor boxing saw to cut off the handles and then cut the rest of them in half. So I kept 2 sticks with the handles cut off, and I have 8 pieces here where I cut the other sticks in half. Now all I'm going to do is assemble all of these pieces how I want them to be attached. And I am going to be creating a second one of these because I do have 2 plant stands, and so I wanted one for each one. And so all I'm doing is using hot glue to connect everything. I'm going to add my end pieces first. And I'm just adding hot glue on each side and then placing the piece to connect the 2 longer pieces together. Then after that, I'm just going to place all of the other short pieces right on the top, and I'm just going to get everything lined up first, as you can see, and then I'll go in and add the glue. Now I'm just tacking down the last piece, and now what I'm going to do is get started on creating the second one. And what I did again was I cut the handle off of 2 of them, and I cut the handle off of the rest, but cut them in half afterwards. So I'm repeating those steps by attaching the end pieces first, and then I'll attach the ones in the middle afterwards. And once I get everything attached, I am going to go in with that antique wax, and I am going to stain both of them. I'm going to add on the paint and then take a paper towel to wipe off any excess. And so after I get those complete, what I'm going to do is take some sandpaper and I'm going to sand over both of these pieces. I really thought these were perfect for my plant stands. I love how they turned out. Really simple, but so cute. So after I get that complete, I am going to add these succulents. Now, I picked these succulents up from Hobby Lobby as well. The original price on these were $2.99, but of course I got those for 50% off, so I paid $1.49. I love it. And so what I'm going to do is just pull off the tag. I'm not going to cut off the stem. I'm actually going to bend the stem all the way flat because I'm going to attach the glue to the stem so that I can attach it to my wood piece. And I'm also going to add a little hot glue to the succulent as needed, just to make sure that everything is nice and secured. I thought these succulents was really pretty, and definitely for the price, getting them 50% off. Now, after I get that complete, that is it for these. Now, you can create a hanger. Now, you can add the little hanging mechanisms to each side. You can also attach some jute cord or some rope to hang these, but what I'm going to do is hang mine using these command strips, since these signs are not so heavy. And this is how they turned out. I love them. I think they turned out great, and they fit perfect with my plant stand, and everything just turned out really great. And now for my next DIY, I do have another one of those 2x4 pieces that I did cut. And I cut one piece longer than the other piece again. And I'm going to use the longer piece for this DIY because I am creating another sign just like the plants sign that I created. So I'm going in with that white paint first to add it right on one side of the sign. Then after that is complete, I'm going to grab my poster letters and I'm going to pull off all of the letters that I'm going to be using. And I am going to add the words soul mates. I thought that was so cute for my plant stand. And once I get all of my letters arranged on my sign, I'm going to go in with that cafe color chalk paint and just go over this entire sign. Then after I get that complete, I'm going to do the same thing by taking my little tool from the Dollar Tree and pulling up all of the poster letters. And after I finish pulling off all of the letters, I am going to go over this also with some of that sandpaper to distress everything. I'm not going to add any jute cord to this. I think this is just perfect by itself. I really do love these signs using these wood pieces, and I love that it says soulmates. I think that is cute for my plant stand. And now for the next DIY, using that other wood piece plus this greenery pick that I got from Hobby Lobby. The original price was 99 cents, but I got it 50% off. And then I got this cute little pack of mini tools here from Amazon as a free gift with a purchase. I love these cute little tools. I actually have 2 packs because I got 2 free gifts, but you can purchase these little tools off of Amazon, and I will have that linked in the description box below. So what I did was already paint that other piece using some white paint, and I mixed some of this turquoise paint with my black chalk paint to create this darker color, and that's what I'm going to use to paint the wood handles. I created that color because it matches some other items that I have in my living room where my plant stands are. So after I get those painted, I am going to go over them with some sandpaper and distress them. Then I'm just going to pull the stem off of that greenery pick and just hot glue that round down to the bottom of that wood piece. And I don't know if I mentioned, all I did was just paint that with the white chalk paint, the wood piece, and then I just used some sandpaper to distress it a little bit. This is really a simple piece, but I think it's a great piece for, once again, a plant stand. So I'm going to take those 2 tools and just wrap some jute cord around them to keep them together. And I'm just going to hot glue it right on the top of my sign, and then I'm going to use some more jute cord to create a little basic bow to attach right on top of the jute cord that I used to connect the 2 tool pieces together. And then I'm just going to tack down the strings hanging from the bow. I'm also going to wrap a few rows of jute cord around the bottom of this sign, and that is it. I am going to style this on my plant stand, and I think it's a great addition. Thank you all so much for tuning in and watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed this video just as much as I did. If so, please remember to give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already done so, subscribe to my channel because I would love to have you here. As always, in the comment section below, let me know which one of these DIYs were your favorite. And until next time, my friends, stay safe so that I can see you in the next video.